Alright, so working on the Cherokee again. Figured I'd make a little video about these wheel hubs. So went to the department store, they didn't have the ones for the 98. I got a 98 Cherokee. Main difference is the exhaust. He ain't got two cats, he's got one cat down. Fucking up there. So where's my fucking bag? Alright. I'll wheel my ass over here. So this is what your wheel hub looks like. 3 bolts to the knuckle, 5 to the wheel, axle splines in the middle. Now, if you're running some wheel spacers, fucking stuck in cotter pins. So, if you're running wheel spacers and you get the regular fancy 98 wheel hubs, where'd the fucking nut go? There it is. When you put these nuts on with your rough country wheel spacer, you can see how much thread it's fucking taking up already. Probably about, what, 1/4 inch. So as soon as this wheel spacer goes on, you're losing a pretty decent amount of your fucking thread in the fucking spacer, just in terms of casting. The problem we run into is that these are, let's say, sort of full-size lug nuts. What I'm getting at here is you can see where the rust is forming on the uncoated section where a lug nut used to be. Then I put the spacers on. Instead of it sitting flush near the bottom of the stud, it's sitting way out here on the tip. So when they're sitting on the spacer, you got about, I don't know, 1/4 inch of a gap in the lug nut to the tip of this. The problem is, Rough Country or every wheel spacer brand, they all seem to be a fucking block of aluminum with studs pressed in them. They're just giving you, they're not really giving you any information about how big of a stud you need. On the 99 and prior Cherokees, they have smaller studs. The 2000 and the 01 Cherokees have longer studs. To show you this side by side, we got our 98 hub. And you can see the difference in terms of length. Same thread pattern, they mount to the same knuckle, take the same bolts, everything's the same about them, but they have longer studs. These are from AutoZone. They're the they're the composite wheel hubs. Take the same 27 spline drive axle from the Dana 30. Point being, if you're looking at getting a set of wheel hubs, or you got to replace your wheel hubs, and you want to run wheel spacers, get the 2000 or the 2001. Have the longer wheel studs, make it so you don't got to press in and out new studs every single time you get a new set of knuckles for your 98 or prior. And it makes running these sketchy ass things a little bit safer. Let me run a nut on this real quick, and I'll show you. As soon as you buy a set of wheel spacers, you can see what I'm talking about. You're gonna have a really, really small amount of thread actually in these fucking nuts. So, hand thread a few of these on real quick for you. I know my hands aren't this fucking dirty from doing wheel hubs. I just put a Spartan locker in because my spider gears blew up in the diff. I also did new U-joints, anti-seize in my fucking hubs, because these hubs will be a bitch if you gotta take them out multiple times, especially if you live in an area where they salt the roads. Alright, I'll say that's fucking good enough for me. Put one down to sort of get that little fucking bevel on the bottom centered properly. So you can already see how the tip of those threads are sticking out of the lug nut. Before, you could probably get like an actual P into the tip of those lug nuts before you were touching the threads. Yeah. I don't even need to tighten them down. Shows the point right there. You actually have thread sticking out. So once you buy a set of spacers, go ahead and throw them on whatever year you got because you ain't taking them fucking back. You already bought them. So if you have them, check them out. If you have a hole or it seems like the threads aren't coming all the way out of the lug nut, it ain't really a problem. I've been running 35s on long arms with a bunch of tools in the back of my Cherokee. Never had a problem with any studs snapping. That's just in my experience. I might be luckier than you. But I haven't had a problem with the 98 knuckles. Whole reason I stumbled across this is it's probably in a form somewhere, but going to AutoZone, they didn't have the 98 knuckles. Some of the 2000s are the same thing. Buy the 2000 knuckles, we say two of them. It didn't really strike me that there were two different part numbers, but they have longer studs. Hey, that's about it.